Today is the 75th anniversary of the Doolittle raid, a daring raid to avenge the attack on Pearl Harbor. And today, several bombers similar to those that flew in the raid flew over the National Museum of the U.S. Air Force, where thousands watched on. Meteorologist Tara Hastings with the story.
Well, 75 years ago, a crew of 80 men under the command of James Doolittle committed to a one-way mission. The goal was to bomb Tokyo and make a statement in World War II. Today, their bravery and sacrifice was honored. Cameras in hand, thousands watched as 11 vintage planes flew in the sky, remembering a mission and the men who boosted morale after the attack on Pearl Harbor.
Who stepped forward on what turned out to be a one-way mission.
There are 80 silver goblets engraved with the name of each man who served in the mission. Only one is right side up, symbolizing the last living Doolittle raider. Lieutenant Colonel Richard Cole is 101 and a Dayton native. He was Doolittle's co-pilot. His daughter says her father never talked about his mission much when she was younger.
He's always considered himself extremely lucky, and he was in the right place at the right time.
The right place was a tree. He couldn't tell how far the ground was, so Cole stayed in the tree overnight. While much of America considered these brave men heroes of the war, many of them, including Cole, wanted to live a normal life.
They feel that their job wasn't any more important than any of the other World War II
80 humble men who set out to do a job, but instead paved the way for so many others.
To go into harm's way and do what was at the time unthinkable and prove to America that we actually could win that war and turn the course of events of that war. There's just an amazing story to tell.
And today, in a private ceremony, Lieutenant Colonel Richard Cole turned over the goblet of Staff Sergeant David Thatcher, who died in 2016. I'm Tara Hastings, 2 News, working for you.